Do North Carolina voters care more about Cal Cunningham's sex scandal or Tom Tillis's record on health care? Those are the two issues driving the final weeks of this $200 million Senate race.
Look, I've taken responsibility for the hurt that I've caused in my personal life. I've apologized for it. I've said what I'm going to say about it.
Those were Cal Cunningham's last words on the sex scandal. The father of two admitted to inappropriate text messages with a woman who wasn't his wife. That was nearly a month ago. Since then, the North Carolina Democrat has avoided the media, not taking questions from reporters. WXII 12 News requested an interview. The Cunningham campaign never responded. Is the strategy good or bad for a challenger trying to unseat an incumbent U.S. senator?
Maybe it falls more in the category of it's the only strategy.
UNCG political scientist David Holian says Cunningham's media blackout allows his opponents' attack ads to drive the story.
Cal Cunningham violated his oath when he had an affair with another soldier's wife.
That's why the Army is investigating Cal Cunningham.
Veterans know we can't trust Cal Cunningham.
Holian says voters may see biased campaign ads as less damaging than watching a sex scandal on the 6 o'clock news or reading about it in their local newspaper.
The Cunningham folks might figure, we just got to lay low, hang on to Biden's coattails, and, we'll have 6 years to explain ourselves if we win.
On the other side of this race, Tom Tillis faces tough questions about his record on health care. Tillis has repeatedly voted to repeal the Affordable Care Act, better known as Obamacare, threatening to eliminate coverage for millions of Americans in the middle of a pandemic.
Tom Tillis took $400,000 from the drug lobby and voted to let them raise prescription prices. $600,000 from the insurance lobby and voted to let them drop people with pre-existing conditions.
It's very, very important for people to do their homework. Don't believe a 30-second ad.
Tillis denies claims that his vote to eliminate Obamacare would end coverage for pre-existing conditions.
I've voted 5 times to protect pre-existing conditions, most recently about a month ago. I've got a bill to protect pre-existing conditions.
The North Carolina Republican says he co-sponsored a bill to protect pre-existing conditions. But a senior fellow at the Kaiser Family Foundation tells PolitiFact North Carolina the bill doesn't prevent insurance companies from price gouging. Quote, the language they used is riddled with loopholes that would continue to permit discriminatory rating practices.
So I think it's really disgraceful for have somebody to look in the camera and somebody like you and say it's all going to go away and 30 million people are going to be without health care. I don't see that happening in any scenario.
Democrats used health care to win seats in 2018, and it remains a key issue in the 2020 fight for control of the Senate. Does he survive the whole health care debate, or is it just not big enough to topple an incumbent?
I think in a state like North Carolina, any issue at the margins that is salient is big enough to topple an incumbent.
These two candidates have very different political resumes. Tillis spent 7 years in the North Carolina House, 3 of those years as Speaker. He points to lower taxes and an improved business climate under his leadership. But critics say he also cut funding for education and prevented Medicaid expansion for the poor. Cunningham, on the other hand, has a slim resume. He served only a single 2-year term in the North Carolina legislature. He's the last Democrat Davidson County sent to the Senate.
He's got the job right now, and I'm asking for it.
Nearly a decade later, Cunningham returned to politics, making a run for U.S. Senate, losing the Democratic primary to Elaine Marshall. Now another decade has passed, and Cunningham's back, running for the Senate again. In an interview conducted before the sex scandal, I asked Cunningham why he's returned to politics.
Our country is in a very fragile place right now. We're in a very unique place. We need leadership. I want to give and am giving North Carolinians a choice.
Political scientist David Holian notes that 6 years ago, Tillis's narrow victory over Kay Hagan gave Republicans control of the Senate. This year's race could once again determine which party controls the U.S. Senate. In Greensboro, I'm Bill O'Neill, WXII 12 News.